Good morning, students. I am confident that you are all are fine and you are using your potential in most efficient way and you have engaged yourself in studies. Let us begin our today's discussion. In our previous video, we have discussed about motional EMF. Suppose this cross represents the magnetic field which is perpendicular to the plane and pointing downward. Now if a rod of say length L, if it is moved with velocity v in this magnetic field, then an EMF is induced across the ends of the rod and it is given as E is equal to B L V, where B is the strength of magnetic field, L is the length of the conductor with the velocity with which it is moving in the magnetic field. Here you can see that B, L and V all are perpendicular to each other. So as this EMF is induced because of the motion of the conductor, hence it is known as motional EMF. Now question arises that if in place of linear motion, if the rod is rotated with a constant angular velocity in this magnetic field, EMF will be induced across its ends or not? If yes, then how much? So here suppose this rod is PQ, it is again of length say L and it is moving with an angular velocity say omega in the magnetic field. The end P is kept fixed and it is rotated in this magnetic field. So answer will be yes, EMF will be induced across its end because the area which it traces goes on changing with time. Now see how much EMF will be induced. So if T is the time period of rotation, then magnetic flux, change in magnetic flux will be B magnetic field and pi L square is the area which this rod will trace in its time period capital T. So rate of change of magnetic flux, that is equal to E is equal to minus d phi by dt. So E is equal to minus B pi L square by time period T. Change in magnetic flux and the time in which it has taken place, divide it, you will get the rate of change of magnetic flux, which can be further 1 by T is your frequency. So it can be further written as B pi L square into F. E is your B pi L square into F. We know that omega is equal to 2 pi into frequency. So frequency is your omega by 2 pi. Therefore EMF is B pi L square into omega by 2 pi. So pi and pi gets cancelled. What you get? 1 by 2 B L square omega. So EMF induced is 1 by 2 B L square omega, where omega is the angular velocity, L is the length of the rod, B is the strength of magnetic field. So when a rod of length L is rotated in a magnetic field with an angular velocity omega, and EMF will be induced across the ends of the conductor, and that is given as E is equal to 1 by 2 B L square omega. So question may be asked, a metallic rod of length L is rotated at an angular speed omega normal to uniform magnetic field. Derive an expression for EMF induced in the rod, current induced, and heat dissipation if R is the resistance of the rod. So you can see induced EMF will be half BL square omega, which we have discussed. Then current I is equal to V by R, so I is equal to E by R. Put the value, you will get the value of current, and heat dissipation in time t is your V square by R into T. Put the value of EMF, you will get the value. So in this way you can answer this question. Now one numerical question that is also given in NCERT, you can solve. A wheel with 10 metallic spokes, each 0.5 meter long, is rotated with a speed 120 revolution per minute in a plane normal to horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field equal to 0.4 Gauss at the place. What is induced EMF between axle and the rim of the wheel? So here angular velocity is 120 revolution per minute. So frequency is 120 revolution per minute. So it is will be 2 revolutions per second is the frequency. So angular frequency omega or angular velocity is 2 pi into f, that is 4 pi. Now induced EMF is half BL square omega. B is given, L is given, omega is given. You can find out the induced EMF. Now here one end of this all the spoke is at the connected to axle common point, and other end is on the ring. So we can say that all these spokes are connected in parallel combination between 2 points. One is axle and other is ring. So all the EMFs are in, or all the EMFs which is induced across each spoke, they are in parallel. So number of spokes will be immaterial. It is not going to affect the value of EMF between the axle and the ring, and it will remain what we have discussed, half B L square omega, the value which we have calculated just now.